Welcome to the introduction to the Autumn Hues Turnabout Stencils, Stamps, and Dies. A great collection for the upcoming fall season and even Thanksgiving. So here is the Autumn Hues Stamp Set with dies that coordinate with it. And then there's also a stencil set. There's like two different designs. One creates a wreath and one creates a full turnabout background. So for the stamp set, it's mainly a fall themed sentiment stamp set. Great variation, some for Thanksgiving and for fall. And I've stamped them all and die cut them with the coordinating Autumn Hues dies to show you how they look. This first one, Let Us Be Thankful, I stamped it with wheat ink and I die cut it with that coordinating kind of frame die. And that fits perfectly with several of the sentiments. This one here, which says fall breeze, autumn leaves. So there you have those two. And then finally, autumn is in the air, and it fits in the smaller frame. So I wanted to show you how it layers on top of that larger frame. Those are actually two separate dies. The smaller one has that bit of faux stitching detail to the edge of it, and you can layer those together. Then you have the grateful, which I stamped out of, I believe that is Stardust, and then I used that coordinating banner die. And then I stamped Happy Thanksgiving with wheat onto wheat. And then Let Us Be Thankful with marmalade onto marmalade. I love the tone on tone look. Now this one is really cool. My favorite color is autumn. I stamped it first with black on white. Then I stamped it again with poppy and die cut the color portion. So you can kind of get a two-tone sentiment look there, which is really unique. Now for the coordinating leaf dies and standalone leaf dies, there's four of these, which I die cut out of solid color cardstock, give you that faux stitching detail. And then there's four that coordinate with the stencil. So you can stencil the leaves and use the coordinating dies to cut them out. Now moving on to the Autumn Hues Turnabout Stencils. You really got to see this in action. So this works just like a turnabout stamp, but it's a turnabout stencil. I mean, the genius of it. And then I'm using all the Concord 9th blender brushes. These are available in the Concord 9th shop. You can buy a 6-pack. They blend beautifully. They're nice and for size, they're good for a smaller area. So I'm starting with the poppy ink, and I'm using that full background turnabout stencil. The nice thing about this too is if you wanted to ink blend all your leaves in different colors. If you want to make it really simple, just do this whole stencil with one color, rotate it, do the whole thing with another color. So essentially you'd just be using 4 colors like you'd be doing with a turnabout stamp. But with the stencil, it gives you a little more ability to customize the color. So here I used about almost every color that Concord 9th has. I had every ink on my desktop by the time I was done with this turnabout stencil. I just had so much fun, and I really love when the autumn leaves are in just every color of the rainbow. So there is one pass. Now I cleaned off my stencil, and I try to line it up how I did, and then I rotate it once to the left. I'm going to go in with different colors. Now I'm using cranberry. Can I tell you something about the Concord 9th cranberry ink? She's potent, she's juicy, and but man, she packs a punch. She packs a cranberry fall leaf punch. And then I did a little marmalade, a little sorbet. I think I have about, 12 of these little Concord 9th blender brushes, and I use one for every Concord 9th color, and I just love them so much. And now here we are with a little buttercup. I love it when you see some trees in the fall and they turn that bright yellow color. I just love that. And, you can do whatever you want. There's no autumn leaf police out there. If you want to make purple leaves, you want to make rainbow leaves, you just knock yourself out. Okay? But if you want to keep it simple, you can do that too. This would also be beautiful if you wanted to blend on solid color cardstock or on craft. You could get a whole new look with using a different shade for your base. Okay, so now we are on the 4th and final rotation with the stencil. And before you know it, you've created your own fall leaf or autumn hues pattern paper. Here we are with clover. Again, another really potent color, but it really brings the party. Now, wheat Kind of unexpected. I don't normally blend with brown and craft, but it works beautiful for this fall theme. And we have two huge oak trees in our yard, and every year the leaves are all brown, just like that wheat color. So look how this looks. It's magical, isn't it? So I trimmed that down into a panel. I stamped that sentiment from the Autumn Hues Stamp Set, die cut that craft banner or wheat, and there you have a simple little fall card. Now I want to show you the Wreath Turnabout stencil as well. Same idea. Again, I'm going to use a ton of different colors just because that's my thing. But you certainly don't have to go, so crazy like me. If you want to keep it a lot more simple, you can do that as well. It will turn out just as beautiful. And I'm sure when you watch, make sure and watch the Concord Night Instagram and their blog when they do the Feature Friday and they have designers showcasing different ways to use these products. It can really inspire you and give you ideas for color combinations and different ways to use these on projects. Okay, so we have a little sprout, and just working my way through the Autumn Hues rainbow. Pardon my jingles, but I'll tell you what, this is so fun. And ink blending really is my favorite thing to do in all of card making. I just love ink blending. It makes me giddy. It's kind of therapeutic for me. And next thing you know, you just start singing jingles. And it is what it is. So just go with it. We're working our way through the Autumn Hues rainbow. So we're on to our fourth and final rotation. It comes together lickety split. Gotta love a little parsley. And again with the buttercup. Buttercup just really brings that brightness. It's kind of like adding lemon to your dishes. It just gives it the pop. Look at this warm feel. Okay, so here's the card I created. Very simple. Added that my favorite color is autumn sentiment. I added a few of these little glossy detail to a few of the berries. I just squirted them on the berries, let it dry, makes them like raised and iridescent. And that is everything from the Autumn Hues Turnabout stencils, stamps, and dies.